What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are here for another episode of our Madden 20 realistic rebuilds, our second to last rebuild in the AFC, and we're doing the Super Bowl champs because, yeah, I know, it sounds weird. Rebuilding the Super Bowl champs, but we'll just act like we just won the Super Bowl. We're going to be starting right off where the Chiefs roster is going to be right now at the end of the 2020 offseason, 2020 free agency, 2020 draft. And we're going to try to build a dynasty. Now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes just became half a billionaire, and those contracts don't exist. We're obviously going to pay him an ass ton of money, and that's going to be actually a challenge. I think the Chiefs are going to be an interesting rebuild team in Madden 21 because you have to work with that contract. I don't know how they're going to have to. They can't just ignore it. They're going to have to find a way to put that. Swami is going to have to figure out a way to put that Patrick Mahomes contract into Madden 21. And that is going to be an absolute pain in the ass. And I wonder if that's going to open up kind of Pandora's box for contracts. Because if they're going to have that for Patrick Mahomes, are they just going to open it up for the salary cap to, have other teams and other quarterbacks eventually be able to match that number? Some of the best young quarterbacks still looking for a contract. Kyler Murray, got to be expensive. Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. Are these guys going to be able to get $300, $400 million contracts? Or are they just going to kind of go lazy with it and keep it where we are right now? We're really like 260. I don't even know what the highest you can get in Madden 20 is. I don't think I've ever seen higher than 255, which is what I had to pay Lamar Jackson. But I'm sure we might find out for whatever contract we're going to have to pay Patrick Mahomes to stick on the roster. Well, here's our opening 53 for year one. We got Mahomes at quarterback, 99 superstar. He's best quarterback in the NFL. Let's be honest. He's probably the most talented quarterback. I've always kind of held... I didn't really get to watch him, but from what I've seen and trying to re-educate myself on the history of the game, it does seem like maybe Dan Marino, from like a pure talent standpoint, might be the most talented quarterback in NFL history. I think Mahomes got to give him a run for his money. It's just insane the things this guy can do. He won a Super Bowl, so I think he's fully deserved of the contract he gave. And I hope Jerry Jones pays Dak Prescott similar money. That would make my day. Running back, we're actually going to go with Clyde Edwards-Helaire as our starter. Somewhat surprising first-round pick, maybe, but he's a great fit for a Kansas City offense. Andy Reid kind of came with the quote, he's pretty much a better Brian Westbrook. When you look at the style of his game, yeah, you can totally see that. So we're going to be rocking with him as our starter, but we got a good 1-2 punch with Damian Williams as well. Tyreek Hill, who, if we want to try to make this accurate, I did play the beta, and he is an X-Factor, so... he should be an X factor. It's kind of just the whole off-the-field thing coming into the Madden 20 cycle. I couldn't see them being, so let's be honest, superstar abilities, in a way, are a marketing tool, and you didn't really want to... You kind of wanted to distance yourself from Tyreek Hill, at least last offseason, because of all the child abuse stuff. And, even though he got past it and he didn't get any charges and stuff, I still have my reservations about Tyreek Hill as a human being. But, as a football player, he's outstanding, simply outstanding. We got Sammy Watkins, 81 star. We got Demarcus Robinson, McCole Hardman. Just weapons on weapons on weapons here for Patrick Mahomes. Oh, you throw in the fact, you got Travis Kelce, superstar dev, tight end, X Factor. He is 30. So, we got Seals Jones behind him, who's 25. I don't know if that's going to be the successor or not, but we feel good about our tight end room. Offensive line is okay. You got Fisher. We got Williams at guard, Ryder at center. Guard and center definitely need upgrades there. The Canadian, the doctor, Laurent Duvernay, Tardif, 79. We got Mitchell Schwartz, one that, I think a top 3 tackle in the National Football League. The O-line's not bad. It's not a problem. Generally speaking, in Madden Sims, I feel like offensive line, probably the least important position after the fullback on the offense, just generally. So, but for something to rebuild, for something to perfect, definitely that left-hand side into the center, and really even replacements. We got Niang out of TCU. Maybe we could develop something there. Generally speaking, the O-line is something we're going to have to rebuild. This is going to a 10-year rebuild unless we get fired. I don't think we're going to get fired as Big Red. We're going to have to fix the O-line. And starting from the left side over. Defensively, it's good. It's definitely good. Finding a way to pay Chris Jones. Luckily, we don't have to have that $400 trillion contract like they do in real life. And I think that it's likely. Maybe not likely because I have no idea what their cap is right now. But we have a shot at getting Mahomes and Chris Jones both to re-sign. Outside of that, the D-tackle depth is not bad. You got Nadi, Kalen Saunders at DN. We got Okafor, Passignon, Frank Clark. Which is kind of, at least for a rating standpoint and a Madden standpoint, He kind of has a bad contract. Would be nice to get out of that sooner than later, but it is what it is. People probably got to ride that one out. Linebacking core, we got Dorney, O'Daniel, Hitchens, Wilson. I think what I'm going to do, how old's Wilson? 27? I'm going to go Willie Gay at left outside. I think that was a very, very underrated pick. Now, he is a questionable off the field, but you know who's a great mentor and has gone through that? Honey Badger, 90 superstar. He's 28, probably one of my favorite players. If I'm making a top 10 player list for my favorite players, Honey Badger's definitely making that. And I think, given how he entered the league coming out of LSU, I think he's going to be a great mentor for Willie Gay. And if Willie Gay can max his potential, he's a chance he's best linebacker from this class 3-4 years down the line. We have Thornhill at free safety. I mean, the safety tandem is on point. Thornhill, obviously younger, only 24. Expectations are very high, and it would be nice to get him a dev trait. The secondary, the rest of the secondary, the corners, they're not bad. This is definitely where Kansas City kind of followed the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of roster building. Like when Eagles won the Super Bowl, if you look at the roster, we had a young franchise quarterback in Carson Wentz on a rookie deal. Obviously, Nick Foles had to do what he did, but somewhat similar situation at quarterback. Mahomes won it on his rookie deal. We had a bunch of running backs and a running back by committee, if you will, and that's exactly what Kansas City had, even though Williams was a lead dog. I would say that when you look at the skill positions, I would give a slight edge to the Kansas City Chiefs, and by slight edge, I would say considerable edge. Similar tight end. Philly had a much better offensive line, but there are a lot of similarities on offense, and when you go to the defense, very similar. I think that you see that the Kansas City Chiefs are trying to invest in the defensive line. They had a great safety pairing, even though I'm pretty sure Thornhill was hurt, right? Wasn't he? Or did he get... I know he got hurt in the season. I don't know if he ever came back for the playoffs. But Philly, much like Kansas City, very cheap at linebacker and very cheap at corner. And that's kind of what the Kansas City Chiefs have done. As we look at the secondary, I mean, Ward's not bad. I've seen him develop nicely. He's 24-75. Bashad Breeland, 75. He's 27. Yeah. As I look at this team, linebacker, edge rusher, corner on the defense, there's plenty of us to try to rebuild and solidify this team. But I'm definitely expecting, especially for the first 5 years, we should be in the playoffs every single year. Like, this is not going to be a rebuild I'm going to pat myself on the back for if I do win a Super Bowl. It's almost expected. So how we navigate the waters from a salary cap standpoint and making sure this team can stay competitive while we have mega contracts in Patrick Mahomes, in probably the second contract for Tyreek Hill, in Chris Jones's money, in whatever Honey Badger might have to cost us down the road. There's going to be challenges in this rebuild. So let's do it. It's always weird saying, hey, here's the realistic rebuild of the Super Bowl champions, but I want to do all 32 teams, and it's time for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get into it. So at the midway point of year one, at least we're above 500. Oh my God, we're last in the division. Okay, gonna need to buckle up our bootstraps for the second half of this season. Contract. Okay, well, we got a breakout scenario here for Breeland Speaks. Cool. And he was a high pick. He was like their first pick a couple years ago in the second round when they didn't have a first rounder. Contracts. Okay, I'm very much not looking forward to seeing how much available cap we have. Ooh, we got Delaney Walker as a free agent. So there's some good depth on this team, but unfortunately we're going to have to prioritize certain positions. I think Ward would be good. I think we let Sammy Watkins... Okay, so let's just start. We got Chris Jones. We can get him on a 4-year. Come on, yes! I think Chris Jones gets paid. I think we should pay Ward, even though he's 28. Okay. Outside of that, it's where things get interesting. DeMarcus Robinson. I mean, we don't need. You have Tyreek Hill. What's the cap hit? 4 million, 27, 28. No, we're gonna have to let them walk. We're gonna have to go Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman at wide receiver, because we just. We'll get Ward. If we bite off more than just getting Ward and Chris Jones, and Chris Jones has a mega contract done, we're going to be killing ourselves next year when it comes time to pay. Because this is all, we have $17 million available before we pay Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, we're gonna have to lose a lot of talent this year and prepare for whatever we have to pay Patty to stay. And at the end of year one, didn't make the playoffs. We had a chance, right? Things were looking, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We won 6 in a row to make the year competitive, and then we just lost the final 3. And that Chargers lost week 17. Dang, that was for the division. God damn it. Why? I can't. I know we can't ask for a lot for Madden 21. Fix the sim. For the love of God. Mahomes was good. 3,900 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 picks. I'll take that. Edwards-helaire, not bad. For how much we pass the ball, it's always going to be tough to get like Mahomes to go off in a consistent 1,000-yard rusher. So that's a solid year. All right, Tyreek, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. That was not in the slot. Our slot receiver was McCole Hardman, so that's cool. That Tyreek Hill can actually play good. Kelsey, solid year. Watkins, solid year. Defensively, Breland led the team attack. He's going up a dev trait, so he'd be a star dev. We're letting that walk. Annoying. 7.5 sacks. Breland speaks leading the team. Chris Jones, 15 TFL, 6.5. Yeah, not bad. Interceptions down a little bit from where we want them to be. Yearly awards MVP went to Cam Newton on the New England Patriots. Mahomes came in at 3rd place. That's all I can say. Is just Edwards-helaire coming in number 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Snead, Gay, 4 and 5 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mahomes was the best quarterback. Hey, that's about just a way to piss away our last year on, well, second to last year on Mahomes' rookie deal. We're not signing anybody. I'll tell you that right now. Can't really even be in a position to sign anybody. Even though, let's see, is there any upgrades? We could bring Kareem Hunt back, but we're happy with Edwards-helaire. There's not really any like, oh man, that sucks, we can't sign him kind of deals. It's not an overly great, it's, your typical free agency period. There's no really surprise free agents now that Alvin Kamara is consistently available. So, yeah, we'll keep our $16 million, and hopefully the rollover will help us make it that much easier to re-sign Mr. Patrick Mahomes. All right, to get a quick recap of our draft. Very happy with our draft. Start from the bottom, work our way up. We got Christian Alex kind of whiffed here out of Idaho. Roger McCreary, 63 corner in the 7th round. We got Doug Peterson's son. Might as well bring him to Kansas City. Josh Peterson, who's actually a really solid tight end prospect. In the 4th round, we get Elijah Vera-Tucker. Desperately want to work on the O-line here, and he came in with a hidden dev trait, 68 hidden dev, so that's great value for the USC guard. We got Chris Olave out of Ohio State, 68 hidden dev as well. More depth at wide receiver, especially in an offseason that we lost both Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson. That's a big get. We got Jalen Mayfield, tackle from Michigan, 70 normal. There's no dev trait, which is a little annoying, but generally speaking, I mean, he's a guy that has a lot of upside, and most likely when push comes to shove, when at least comes time to maybe have to decide about are we going to pay or extend, especially the left tackle, Eric Fisher. We know we have Mayfield, who's only a couple points behind him, and overall, he's only 20 and a very, very high ceiling. Unfortunately about the depth chart. In the 1st round, we pretty much could have went anywhere. This is a play that we've yet to really use in a realistic rebuild. He's insanely talented. Hopefully he can bounce back from his injury, recover 100%. And that's Dylan Moses, middle linebacker from Alabama. Probably a legit top 10 pick next year if he is healthy. 76 scheme fit. Again, when you look at our defense, one of the more uglier contracts is Anthony Hitchens' contract at middle linebacker. So if we can get out of that and then just go, pop in Dylan Moses, who's already a better player with a much higher ceiling, that's a big win for the defense, as we have to probably this year, especially going into the next year, figure out some cost-cutting measures to afford some of our bigger name players. So as we gear up for year number 2, trying to, for the love of God, with one of the best teams of the game, make the playoffs. Not a lot of changes, but we had a good draft. When you look at the offense, more so it's shuffling along the offensive line, but we are going to try to get Chris Olave. That's going to be awkward. Ohio State fans are going to be like, oh, it's this, not that. I'll double check. Tyreek Hill went up to a Superstar X Factor, which is sensational. Double me. Cool. Streak Specialist, probably the more important ability. So that's going to be our wide receiver core. Chris Olave, Hill, and McCole. I'm going to go, actually, give me one second. I'm going to figure out how to pronounce that properly. All right, it's Olave. Nice. Had it right the first time. The offensive line is where we see some shuffling. We're going to move Darrell Williamson from guard to center. We actually played center and guard. He pretty much played everywhere on the offensive line at Mississippi State. Vera-Tucker will go at guard, and we'll go Mayfield at left tackle. So in one offseason, trying to secure that left-hand side of the O-line. Defensively, not a lot of changes. Secondary remains essentially the same. Linebacking core, we're going Dylan Moses as our starting middle linebacker. Hopefully we can get out Anthony Hitchens' contract. I don't know if it's up. Like, maybe it'll just be up and run out this year. If not, that'll be a serious question for the offseason. But generally speaking, it's a better team than what we were a year ago. We got Tyreek Hill on a dev trade. Edwards-helaire only has a star dev. I guess that's something that we found out, which is, could always be better. I don't think we had any dev trade increases. Yes, we did actually on the defense. Dorian O'Daniel went from normal to a star dev, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's make the playoffs, obviously. So coming out of a really, really early bye, week 4 bye, I can already tell you, here's bullshit. 1 and 2, come on. Why are we not winning games? What is going on? Mahomes is playing well. It must, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out because we got the Mahomes contract. 260, that must be the most you could pay a player. 7 years. In real life, what was it? 10-year, 450. But we can only do what we can do in the game. We paid him top dollar. We got Kelsey. Oh, no. Okay. No way I'm paying him. I'm locking him up 6 years. I don't know. I don't think we could commit to that. Considering we got other guys that need to get re-signed. This is the fork in the road here. We got our quarterback paid. We're happy with that contract. I'm not happy about 6 years for Travis Kelce. $54 million is not bad. I think I will pay him that. Honey Badger makes sense. If he'll take that, we good. If not, we might have to think about it. Okay, we'll take that. I think we have to move on from Mitchell Schwartz at 32. It's only 2 years. It's not that bad. I think Noddy's contract looks good. Definitely will extend Derek Noddy. Breeland Speaks, probably not so much. He's not even. He was drafted when they were a 3-4, not a 4-3. So looking at our Dorian O'Daniel, I thought about it, but he's 26. Get up there in age just a little bit. In terms of like the threshold of where he's going to start to regress versus his ceiling of how high he can develop, I don't think that's ideal, especially for that contract and those kind of numbers. So I will definitely extend Derek Noddy. Kelsey's a tough one, man. I feel like $54 million for a superstar dev tight end that, what's his rating going to be? He's probably going to retire. He's not going to see the end of that 6 years. So we'll give him 4 years, 35. He'll still be 83, 80. Yeah, we'll extend Kelsey as well. All right, and one foul swoop went from Breeland Speaks being exposable to great. Now we got to re-sign him. Wasn't pretty. 8-8. It's good enough to win our first of it. I'll take it. Honestly, I will take it. That in the old spread. 8-8 is as good as it gets. Winning the division, our first divisional title, and made the playoffs. Cool. In terms of dev trades, we had a couple on the offense. Chris Olave, 72, came out star dev. Vera Tucker came out star dev. I think that was it. Moses, superstar dev. Yeah, that's who it was. Dylan Moses, unreal. That's a home run. Breeland Speaks went up dev trade during the season. So, we're happy with our player development. Looking at our stats, how did we get to... What? That is the lowest amount of touchdowns I have ever seen a starting quarterback have, and it's Patrick fucking Mahomes. Fix the sim. What? That is... Oh, my God. Call the cops. All right, I'm back. I had to go screenshot this, make a tweet, fix Matt. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Moses had a great year. Frank Clark, sacks, looking good. Chris Jones, dominant. Jesus, defense turned it up. Maybe not from an interception standpoint, but from a sack standpoint, I can't get over that. I cannot get over a 16-game sim, injuries off. Dylan Moses, defensive rookie of the year. Patrick Mahomes, the best player in the game, being one of the worst quarterbacks with the offense that we have around him. But we made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. So let's get into it. Well, let's see if Mahomes was just saving it all for the sim. Like, that would even make the sim look worse, right? Like, our team barely scrapes by. Patrick Mahomes plays terrible, but then as soon as we get in the sim, he's 4 or 5 touchdowns. But it doesn't look that good because we've crossed their... We've been in their territory twice, which is cool. I don't know how there was just an injury for Breland Speak. Injuries are turned off, but... Anyways, we go into halftime with a 3-point lead. Low-scoring matchup here. Two solid defenses going after it. Buffalo gets a go-ahead touchdown, but we're going all the way down the field. We're in the red zone. We get our own 3-point lead, maintaining it. Buffalo responds with a touchdown of their own, but we got 3:11 to try to kill this game off and win it. And on 4th down, we did nothing. Oh, my God. It's going to be one of them rebuilds. 2 free agency, we have no money. Just over $6 million. It would be actually kind of cool to bring in Jason Kelsey to play with his brother. But, wow, there's actually some solid free agents available. Maybe we should think about getting Baker Mayfield, especially with Mahomes and his under 20 touchdowns. But we'll just, it's a write-off. We'll just have, year 2 will be a complete write-off. Let's get into the draft. And hopefully year 3, we start playing like the Kansas City Chiefs we expect them to be. Look at my draft board right now. It's looking really damn good. We got this guy, Devontae Peters, early first-round grade. We're going to get him in the first round. I would love to get one of these tight ends in the second round. I'm going to call him here, but he's probably good. Man, that guy looks really good, too. And then this guy. This is going to be the guy, though. Taylor Ross, some 4th round, early first-round talent. Need a corner, so we're going to be very happy with that. Draft recap, we got those 2 targets that we wanted, and we're very, very happy that we did. Devontae Peters came out 76, hidden dev, number 3 in true talent. Deep threat is exactly what we want to run here, pretty much an air raid. And then we got Rossum, that 4th round talent, or 4th round pick, 4th round grade, but for early first round true talent, 76 hidden dev. He was number 4 player in the draft. Big bang, boom, looks good. We got a 72 guard. We got a 66 hidden dev linebacker late. We need a linebacker. Probably have to, stick this guy outside to take over for Dorian O'Daniel. We got a 66 safety, 68 fullback, top to bottom, one of the better drafts we've ever had. Year 2 didn't happen. Got that Men in Black memory eraser. We got brand new wide receiver to come in and help. Peters. Offense remains the same, exact same. No changes. Defense remains the exact same, except upgrades. Debatable upgrade. Whoa. That's what I'm looking for, though. I'll tell you right now. I definitely want Dylan Moses not to be playing. Yeah. Let's go, man. Literally the only thing we added were hidden dev players. Please don't make me hate my life right now. Please, let's just right the ship. Get it back on the rails. Any other saying, cliche saying you could throw in at this sim. For the love of God, years 3 through 5, please play realistic. Oh! I just simmed mid-season. And this is what it gives me. 1, 4, and 2. We're going to get fired. Maybe not. Maybe we made the playoffs. I don't. It's going to be like the shortest rebuild ever. It's going to be like the poster child of fixed Madden franchise. This is... I don't know. I'm speechless. Well, in case there is another year, we want Tyreek Hill here. So we'll give him a 5-year deal. Thornhill, want him here. Give him actually a 4-year deal. He takes it. We can move on from Hardman. He hasn't caught on like we'd hope he will. I like Darrell Williams at center. Give him something like a 5-year, almost under $3 million cap hit. Very reasonable. The Canadian in me wants me to keep Tardif, but we gotta move on there. Especially if we had a great salary cap situation, I would throw him the money, but we don't. So, yeah, I mean, if there is a year 4, we'll make sure we got Tyreek and Thornhill back. Kind of hope we get fired at this point. All right, the end of year 3. Um, 3-11 and 2. Mahomes, 25 touchdowns is a little bit better. Non-existent rushing attack. I mean, the offensive sim numbers are not really that much different. Not huge outliers from what we were used to seeing. Like, those receiving numbers are not brutal if you're going from what you expect. This guy, Star Dev, was going to go up. Rookie. Over 100 tackles. Seems to be consistent with going up a dev trait. Sacks were about what you expect in a Madden sim. I mean, we don't have any elite edge rusher, so it is what it is. Interceptions look fine, but there you have it, man. Hashtag fix Madden franchise all in one video. Literally started this off by saying it's going to be a failure if we don't win a bunch of Super Bowls because we're taking over the reigning Super Bowl champion team that's stacked, juice to the gills, and we got fired from the first 2 years where the team is still together. All the guys that won the Super Bowl, we're still together. 99 Mahomes. We still had 99 Tyreek. Star Dev running back. Kelsey still up there. Offensive line was above average. Everything on the defense was, talent-wise, probably top 10. A top 10 defense, talent-wise. And we're fired. So, everything wrong with Madden franchise. Especially, at least just if we're going to isolate it. From a sim standpoint. I made a tweet about this, and if you're following me on Twitter, you know what, I probably already tweeted this well in advance. But, when we always make these big list stuff, right? The things that we want to get fixed in franchise mode, and things we want to see, new features. Features, right? Features are great. Features are awesome. I want coaching carousel as much as the next guy. I want improved scouting as much as the next guy. I want create a team, relocation team, customization as much as anybody on the face of the earth. But if you add all those three things, but the sim engine is still this bad and this broken, where you see Trubisky win an MVP, Jameis Winston win an MVP, good players simming out like bad players, wide receiver ones consistently getting like 700-800 yards in a season. Scrambling quarterbacks struggling to go over 400 or 500 rushing yards when Lamar Jackson and pretty much 400 or 500 yards should be minimum numbers for a scrambling quarterback, not peak numbers like what we're getting. Elite edge rushers. Yeah, right, if they're getting double-digit sacks. There's maybe 2 or 3. Outside of Myles Garrett, Bosa. I feel like there's another edge rusher that I'm missing in there that's always, playing really, really well. If you're literally not in that 3-4 pool, good luck getting double-digit sacks. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. You just saw a whole lot of bad. And unfortunately, that's how we're going to have to end this one. And on to the next rebuild. Kansas City finishes with 1 divisional title, no Super Bowls. That's an L, and I don't like taking L's, especially when I looked at this scoreboard here, and I want to take as many wins as humanly possible. You definitely penciled in the Kansas City Chiefs as a successful, big-time dub boss man type rebuild. No, made it 3 years, the shortest rebuild we've ever done, and I'm going to make it a point. I could, honestly, I could scrap it if I really wanted to. I could act like this video never existed and just retry it. Not going to do it. I think we need to make a point of just how not good things are. The state of franchise, and it kind of goes into the sim as well. Sim, play the moment sim, it's all bad. It's all not good. It's all, I don't know. I don't know how to go into the under the hood side. It's all just the data, and it's not good. But that does it for me today, guys. Thanks for enjoying the meme, which was the Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll be back tomorrow with Pig Slips episode 50, and then we're going to kind of have, obviously I usually plan to have 2 videos for a rebuild. We'll have to, bump up the Seattle Seahawks rebuild. That will be the next one, and hopefully it goes better than this one. That does it for me today, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace out.